Well, good morning, everybody. John Bergsman here with Captain Dane Stanaway from Live to Fish Charters out of Sault Ste. Marie, and we're doing our normal crazy stuff again here at the Sault. We're out here mid-November. Everyone's getting ready for deer hunting. Every year Dane and I decide to go fish in the snow. This time it actually is snowing. We're going to show you why, if you're not a deer hunter and you have a boat, may not necessarily always be a good idea to put it away. We're going to show you just a little bit of the lower St. Mary's River. I'll tell you what, this is a mixed bag fishery. We have no idea what we're going to show you today. It could be a 5-6 pound smallie Dane, could be a 6 to 10 pound walleye, could be a 40-45 inch muskie. I mean, genuinely, this is what's out here. You've got the big fish coming in out of Lake Huron and also out of the river channel. And what they're doing is chasing these big schools of herring and just feeding up, getting ready for winter. So, wow, this is a nice fish. Acting like a walleye.
Yep, staying down.
Yep, smallmouth would have been screaming around too much. Whatever it is.
He's down there. Nice walleye.
Oh, it's a really nice walleye. Dane Stanaway, that is a good first fish.
Absolutely.
Awesome fish. That's just really an average fish here, isn't it, Dane?
Yeah, it is. It is. Lots of these in the system right now, and continue to plug through them.
Exactly, and look at, this is what Dane, we caught that one on. That's just a big bandit, and what we're doing is we're just sending them out at varying depths, right, Dane?
Absolutely. We stagger them. You got some fish that are suspended and some fish that are hugging the piles.
Healthy as ever, eh?
Absolutely.
Dane has proclaimed that this looks like a nice smallmouth. It hasn't jumped yet, Dane.
No, it hasn't.
Look at the way that board is. If this is a walleye, it's the most aggressive walleye I've ever seen. It's a big walleye. Can you believe that? Yeah. I just said, Dane, that there's no way it's a walleye.
We got another one over there.
And we got another one dragging back there. We got doubles.
It's a nice walleye.
Whoa. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a train wreck.
Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for.
Now, I'm gonna wrangle the fish while Dane gets this other one. Look at that. I'm gonna get in there. Dane, welcome to Sault Ste. Marie, buddy.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It's a beautiful fish.
Awesome. Same bait.
Same bait.
Same bait.
Color.
Listen, when you're fishing out here in this cold water, you really got to let these fish go, especially these big ones. There she goes, tail flip, stay right there, no editing, because look at this, boys. We got another train wreck right here. Dane, we said maybe the fish were shallow. Maybe you were right.
Once in a while.
This one's decided to come right at us because she's been on for a bit. That was the real legitimate double. But when you're trolling, doubles happen. Run into a pod of fish. She's gonna change her mind, I think, once we get the board off.
Yep.
Chase will show you another big walleye right here. Somebody hit the GPS coordinate, dude. I'll grab, my hands are wet. You think the lower St. Mary's in the detour area, the lower Munisking, it's got awesome fish? Look at these. Look at these fish. And this is easy fishing. What are we, 11.5 feet right now, Dave?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be willing to brave the cold. That's the reality of it. That is just crazy fishing. That's a double of 8+ pound fish.
The Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Crestliner, forged with strength defined by durability. Mercury Marine, go boldly. And Motor Guide.
Something fun about short lining big crankbaits in the fall of the year. You just almost can't beat it. I think that one's gonna be okay, Dane.
Think so?
Yeah, I think. Oh, fish is on the surface. Yep. Tell you what, when you find these flats, and Dane said this is an old weed bed. When these weeds lay down, they draw in bait fish towards the fall of the year, and you're able to just long line crankbaits or short line crankbaits in this case, because we're using big lip cranks. And you see this is a beautiful little eater here, but an awesome fish we'd like to catch. You can grab that little net, Dane. Dane will show you. This is the perfect size right here if you come out here tank fishing, but you catch a couple like this. Are you seeing a lot of good year classes, different ones?
Yeah, you are. Especially in the spring, you see a ton of this size.
Okay.
That 15 to 17 inch. And then late fall,
Sure.
you got your fish coming in from here on, and that's what you see a lot of the bigger fish.
You know, today was, as you can see, a little bit chilly, and we're up here on the lower St. Mary's, and one of the things that you've got to pay attention to when you're fishing a Great Lakes tributary, which this is, you know, it's connected directly to the Great Lakes, is that these fish are used to eating big baits, and they're also pretty I don't know, you know, if you fish a lot of Lake Erie, a lot of Saginaw Bay, a lot of Lake Huron, you'll notice that it's almost like complete opposites. Like the traditional bait, like today, the silver and black, actually probably got more bites than any other bait. So you almost have to stay real traditional by having one or a gold and black in the water. But then we also did quite well on these crazy funky colors, and there's no real explaining it. I think it's the shine, a little bit of the blue shine, the contrast to the pink, and a little bit of that purple that causes that bait to stand out really well. The thing that I think was important today was whether it was a bandit or this Strike King banana shad, if you look at this lip, very similar lip. It has a little curl up on the front of it, and it dives almost the same depth. And what we found is that we were short lining in shallow water, getting a nice spread away, using our offshore boards to get the bait spread out. And when we would encounter fish, and typically we fish shallow edges that had a little bit of laid down weeds, dying weeds from this summer, and it seemed like those weeds were the key. Wherever we could find laid down weeds on the bottom, we encountered bites. Now, we didn't do so well today as far as getting every bite in the boat, but what my tip would be is don't be afraid, don't run away from these big, crazy looking custom painted baits. This model happens to be a bandit right here, and I'll pick up and show you another really good Lake Erie bait is the banana shad by Strike King. Baits like this that have a little bit of rattle, if you'll listen now here, nice little rattle. This is a loud, deep rattle, and I think that, along with the custom colors, along with mixing some traditional colors in, will give you a good day on the water if you pay attention to detail. We're not getting too tight to the bottom. We're staying away from the bottom maybe 4 or 5 feet and letting the fish that are on the bottom come up and hit them, and then also leaving some baits in that mid-depth so that that strike zone to those active fish is covered. So try this next time you're out trolling a Great Lakes or Great Lakes tributary.
The Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Strike King Lures, tie one on. Lose, feel the difference. And Wave Pro, best ride on the water,